He didn't have the looks. He didn't have the accent. He didn't even have the connections. In post-war Britain, Michael Caine was told over and over that he'd never make it. But he didn't care about being a star, he just wanted to work. And in chasing the craft, not the fame, he ended up becoming a legend. Michael Caine didn't rewrite the rules of stardom, he ignored them completely. And somehow, that's what made him unstoppable. Michael Caine's rise wasn't supposed to happen. Born Maurice Micklewhite in the working-class neighborhoods of South London, he didn't come from money, privilege, or pedigree. His Cockney accent, so iconic now, was once considered a career-ending flaw. In the stiff upper-lip world of British acting, Caine was an outsider from the start. But he had something most didn't: grit. While his peers chased Shakespeare and stage prestige, Caine took every role he could get. Bit parts, extra work, anything. It wasn't about fame. It was about survival. And that hunger never left him. When he finally broke through with Zulu in 1964, Hollywood didn't quite know what to make of him. He wasn't polished. He wasn't classically trained. But he had presence. When the Ipcress file followed, he brought something to the spy genre that audiences hadn't seen before: vulnerability, humor, rawness. Then came Alfie. Suddenly, Michael Caine wasn't just working. He was everywhere. Cool, without trying. Sexy, without effort. That heavy-lidded stare, that unmistakable voice, it all just worked. But even then, Caine didn't buy into the myth of stardom. He still thought of himself as the boy from the council flats who'd gotten lucky. What makes Caine's career so remarkable isn't just its longevity, it's the range. From romantic leads to hardened criminals, from quiet character studies to blockbuster juggernauts, he did it all. And unlike most stars, he never cared about being typecast. He just kept showing up. In the 70s, he took risks with films like Get Carter and The Man Who Would Be King. In the 80s, he leaned into comedy and chaos with Dirty Rotten Scoundrels and Educating Rita. And when most actors his age would have faded into comfortable retirement, Caine found a whole new audience thanks to Christopher Nolan. The Prestige, Inception, The Dark Knight trilogy. Each role reintroduced him to a new generation, not as a legend, but as Michael Caine, the man who never stopped working. And that's the thing. Caine never stopped because acting wasn't about ego for him. It was a job. He approached every film, big or small, with professionalism, curiosity, and humility. Even in movies that didn't work, he delivered. Famously, when asked about why he took a paycheck role in the much-criticized Jaws, The Revenge, Caine replied, "I have never seen the film. By all accounts it is terrible. However, I have seen the house that it built, and it is terrific." That quote isn't cynicism, it's honesty. Caine understood the industry, understood the balance between art and life, and never pretended otherwise. But behind the charisma and the self-deprecating charm is a man who quietly shaped British and global cinema. He opened doors for working-class actors. He proved that authenticity could outshine polish. He brought dignity to roles that others would have thrown away. And he always put the work first. That's why he earned 2 Oscars. Why directors kept calling. Why he stayed relevant through 6 decades. He never tried to be trendy. He just never stopped being true. Even now, as he stepped back from acting, Michael Caine's legacy is everywhere. In the voices of every actor who's kept their accent. In the careers of every performer who didn't look the part, but made it anyway. In the very idea that being a movie star doesn't mean being untouchable, it means being real. Caine never chased the spotlight, but it found him anyway. Because audiences knew what Hollywood took years to realize. Michael Caine wasn't acting like a star. He was just being himself, and that was more than enough.